How's it going, everyone? I'm Landon with LMR.com. In today's video, we're going to be taking a closer look at this sound deadener piece designed for the backing plate in 1984 to 1993 Hatchback Fox Mustangs. So the backstory on how this section of sound deadener came to be is just like several other components I've talked about on camera. It originated from Shannon's full-on restoration of his Uncle Ted's 1985 ASC Mclaren Capri. While assembling the interior, Shannon wanted as many new parts or like new parts as he could get his hands on. But this particular piece of sound deadener was non-existent, so we made one. This section of sound deadener is sandwiched in between the rear seat backing plate and the floor on 1984 through 1993 Hatchback Fox bodies. Its intended purpose is to be a transition filler piece from the trunk area to the seat well and helps dampen sound and road noise in this area. Now, these are commonly ripped, torn, or missing, and can also be dirty from spilled drinks and general overall filth. So if we take a closer look at the 50 Resto piece, you'll notice that the material is a black heavy-duty felt and that all the cutouts and overall dimensions mimic the factory piece. This pre-cut design will save you time and money. In terms of felt material, 50 Resto's sound deadener is very similar to the factory part, but is slightly thicker and does not have the thin piece of jute backing. Now, from the factory, this section of sound deadener was secured to the backing plate with staples. So in an effort to make the installation very straightforward, we had a thin strip of pressure-sensitive adhesive applied to the felt material so that it easily attaches to the hinge on the backing plate. The adhesive will allow the backing plate and the sound deadener to be an inclusive piece, which greatly helps with reinstallation, and that way you're not juggling two individual components and struggling with lining things back up. So as far as applications are concerned, 50 Resto's rear seat backing plate sound deadener will fit 1984 through 1993 Hatchback Fox Mustangs. In the box will be a pre-cut piece of sound deadener and a hardware pack that includes all the hardware for the general area. Today we're going to be installing this piece into our 1993 LX. So because of the positioning of this sound deadener, removal of the seat backs is not required. Although, for some additional working room, I would recommend that you remove the front seats and of course the rear seat bottom. To see how this is done, jump over to our seat removal video, which can be found in the description. With the front seats and rear seat bottom out of the way, release each rear seat back and fold them down. To gain access to the 4 seat back to hinge bolts, you'll need to roll back the hatch area carpet. The hatch area carpet is secured to the backing plate with trim screws. Remove the 4 7/16 seat back hinge bolts. There are 2 per side. Locate the outward 7/16 bolts, securing the backing plate to the floor. Remove these from the plate. Go ahead and remove the 5 Phillips head screws, securing the backing plate to the car. Bring the backing plate forward to clear the rear interior quarter panels, and then remove the plate from the car. With the plate on a workbench, use a flathead screwdriver to lift up on the legs of the staples. Work your way across the plate until all the legs on the staples have been released. Flip the plate over and carefully dislodge each staple with the flathead screwdriver. Fully remove each staple with a pair of needle nose pliers. Discard the old sound deadener and use this time to inspect the plate. Our plate definitely had room for improvement, so we used this opportunity to spruce it up a bit. First, use a dead blow and flatten the hinge on level ground. If needed, use a block of wood and a hammer to dolly out any high spots from the staples. Remove the 4 7/16 bolts securing the seat back strikers and set these aside. Next, I thoroughly clean the backing plate with a brush and an all-purpose cleaner. Wipe up the residue with a microfiber towel. After that, I scuff the entire plate with a green scuff pad and warm water and dish soap as a lubricant. Wipe up the residue and use compressed air to blow out the nooks and crannies. Thoroughly wipe the plate with a clean microfiber towel and paint prep. Working in a well-lit and well-ventilated area, paint the plate using black E-coat. I found this to be a very close match to the original OEM finish. Follow the directions on the can until the entire plate is painted. Don't forget about the seat back strikers. Scuff, prep, and paint these as well, and of course give everything adequate time to dry. With all the parts dry, we're ready for reassembly. Roll out the new sound deadener and dry fit it to the plate first. The adhesive section will adhere to the underside of the hinge and the material will face towards the front of the car. Make sure the hinge is centered on the new sound deadener, and then use a fresh razor blade to cut just the tape liner. Don't cut all the way through. Remove the liner from the tape and attach the hinge to the tape. Firmly press the tape to ensure that it properly bonds to the hinge. At both ends of the hinge, cut the material alongside the plate. Remove the liner and then roll the material over and secure it to the top side of the hinge. Do this for both sides. Align either one of the strikers with the existing marks on the backing plate and tighten the provided hardware. Do the same for the other side. At this point, the backing plate is ready to be reinstalled into the car. Position the plate underneath both sides of the rear interior quarter panels. Align the bolt and screw holes and first loosely install the two outward bolts. Install the 5 self-tapping trim screws into the existing holes. Now you can go ahead and fully tighten this hardware. It doesn't have to be crazy tight, you just want to snug this hardware down. Lift up on the seat back and align the hinge with the holes. Install the provided bolts and tighten them down. Do the same for the other seat back. Reposition the hatch area carpet and secure it to the backing plate. We do provide 4 new screws if you want to use them. Lift up on the seat backs and re-engage them into their respective latches. Reinstall the rear seat bottom and the front seats, and then you're good to go. All right, so wrapping things up with 5.0 Resto's hatchback backing plate sound deadener. This is definitely a must-have finish out piece for your Fox body project. For those of you that have been around the channel for some time now, know that I strongly value the restoration parts, and if you're looking to replace a dirty or missing rear seat backing plate sound deadener, here's your solution. As always, for the most up-to-date product information, pricing, and availability on anything in the video, please reference the video description and lmr.com. If you like this video and appreciate our dedication to the Fox Body Mustang, then smash that like button. Subscribe to our channel for more great content and turn on notifications. That way you're notified every time we release something new. And until next time, you guys know what to do. For all things Fox Body Mustang, keep it right here with the real enthusiasts, lmr.com.